The OCD and Anxiety Podcast by Robert James Coaching. Hello and welcome to the OCD and Anxiety Podcast, where we explore how to have a more positive relationship with anxiety disorders, taking back control so that you can start living the life you choose and not the one chosen by your fears. Hello and welcome to episode 378. I hope that wherever you are today, you're doing very well. And if you are struggling though with OCD or anxiety, then you can get a free session with me. To get that, you can head over to my website, robertjamescoaching.com. There you can book in directly for that free session. Or if you prefer, you can send me a message and just let me know about what you're struggling with. In today's podcast, I'm going to be sharing a self-compassion, body-focused meditation to help to kind of let go of obsessions. You know, meditation has been a huge part of my journey with OCD, and obviously self-compassion is right up there as well. So today we're combining those two things that tend to be very helpful. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoy it. If you would like to support the podcast, you can follow and like on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at RobJamesCoachingUK. Also, there's now Patreon for the podcast. You can follow the link in the show notes. And that's about it, guys. I really hope that you enjoy. If you have any questions at all, do please let me know. And off we go. Here's a quote to get us started, and it's by the meditation teacher and writer Tara Brach. Perhaps the biggest tragedy of our lives is that freedom is possible, yet we can pass our years trapped in the same old patterns. We may want to love other people without holding back, to feel authentic, to breathe in the beauty around us, to dance and sing, yet each day we listen to our inner voices that keep our life small. And obviously, if you struggle with OCD, I'm sure you can relate to that. How often do we find ourselves really wanting to be living that authentic life, but because of the obsessions and the compulsions, it feels very difficult to really live out the life that we truly would love to be living. You know, we can feel disconnected from ourselves. We can feel so frustrated and angry with ourselves that we're not able to just let go sometimes. And today's meditation exercise is really all about trying to actually come more into the body. So often when we're struggling with OCD, a big part of the issue is that we get trapped in our heads. As Tara Brach was kind of talking about, we get trapped in the same old patterns. And with OCD, so often that involves being stuck in the head with our thoughts, going around in circles with the compulsions. And, you know, we do tend to feel trapped. And when we can actually come into the body, and, you know, a good analogy for me for the body is actually focusing on the heart. When we learn to come more into the heart, even if that sounds a bit cheesy, actually that can really help us to settle everything down, to bring peace, to actually allow ourselves to have a bit of freedom, a kind of break from all of that thinking, all of that doing. And we're moving our awareness into the body. And so often when we do that, things just begin to kind of work themselves out for us. You know, we're not having to problem solve anymore. As we know with OCD, so often the issue is all of this problem solving that we're doing. That becomes the kind of compulsion, and it's the very thing that we think we should be doing in order to resolve the OCD that is actually the thing that is keeping us stuck. When we do things like coming into the present moment, getting more in touch with the body, meditating, for example, on the heart, or actually focusing our attention on the discomfort that we might be experiencing, all of these things help to settle us, they help to calm us down, they help to build self-compassion and acceptance. And, self-compassion is one of those buzzwords right now that you hear a lot when it comes to mental health, but it's with good reason. I think all of us can work more on being more compassionate with ourselves. Certainly for me, I've noticed that it's a bit of a journey, and the more that I invite in this kind of self-compassion, the better off I am. And, just a kind of caveat to point out here, really, when I talk about self-compassion, I'm not talking about indulgence. I'm not talking about, spoiling yourself and all that kind of stuff. Really, it's about accepting yourself for who you are, accepting the fact that sometimes you struggle, accepting your anxiety, being more forgiving for mistakes and all of these kinds of things. And it really does help us, to open up and to begin to let go of perfectionism and, some of the more difficult kind of attributes that tend to keep OCD going. So let's get into the meditation. As always, if you are going to meditate, please make sure that you do it in a safe way. So never when you're driving, operating machinery. Ideally, you would do this at home in a safe place. You can be sat on the side of the bed. You can be sat in a chair. You can be sat cross-legged on the floor. Whatever is comfortable for you. So if you can get into that position and try to make sure that your spine is straight. And to start with, we're just going to focus our attention onto the breath. So closing the eyes and just beginning to notice the breath. See if you can really pay attention to the nostrils, noticing the inhale and exhale at the nostrils. And if thoughts come up, as they most probably will, just practice bringing your attention back to the breath, back to noticing the inhale and the exhale. And now I'd just like you to check in with yourself. How are you feeling right now? Perhaps there's some anxiety or some discomfort present. Perhaps there isn't. But I'd just like you, if there is some discomfort, some anxiety, to see if you can focus in on that feeling. Maybe it's in the stomach. Maybe it's in the chest. Maybe it's in the head. Wherever you can feel any discomfort, see if you can focus on it more. And if you can't feel any discomfort right now, then just focus on the body. Become more aware of the stomach, the chest, the shoulders, the head. And you're just trying to acknowledge how you're feeling right now. Maybe you're feeling relaxed. Maybe you're feeling anxious. Maybe you're feeling frustrated. Just check in. However you're feeling, that's okay. And on your next in-breath, we're going to move our attention now. We're going to move our awareness and our attention to the heart. And I'd like you to imagine that as you breathe in now, you're breathing in a white light of compassion, kindness, and love. And you're going to breathe this white light deeply down into the heart, filling up the heart with this white light. And then as you breathe out, imagine that you're letting go of negativity. You're letting go of stress. And that light can be a slightly darker light. So we're breathing in this white light deeply down into the heart. And as we exhale, we're breathing out negativity with this slightly dark or grey light. Breathing in the white light of compassion and kindness. Breathing out discomfort, things that you've been holding on to in your heart that you don't want to hold on to anymore. Breathing in the white light. And each time that you breathe in, I'd like you to imagine that you're finding more and more space to breathe into. And your heart is becoming more and more full of this white light. And you can feel that compassion right there in the center of your body. You can feel that kindness. You can feel negativity leaving your body, and you can feel that sense of love and compassion coming in as you as you breathe in deeply into the heart. And as you continue to breathe now, the heart is becoming so full of this white, compassionate, loving light that it's beginning to seep out from the heart, and it's going into all of the areas surrounding the heart, into the other parts of the chest, down into the stomach, and everything that it touches, it brings that sense of compassion and love to it. It's moving downwards through the body, down through the legs, all the way into the feet and the toes. It's going up the spine into every vertebrae, into all of the muscles in the back, into the chest, down into the arms, the hands, the fingers, up into the shoulders, and just notice your shoulders relax a little as you breathe deeply now into your shoulders, filling up your shoulders with this sense of white light. And on the exhale, just letting go and feeling your shoulders drop a little more. And then just repeating that one more time, breathing deeply into the shoulders, filling them up with this white light. Breathing out, letting go. And then moving up to the neck, up into the head, the face, breathing even into the eyes, the jaw, so that the whole body now is filled with this sense of compassionate, loving, white light. And then I'd just like you to bring to mind somebody that you really love. Imagine that that person is stood in front of you right now. They're looking at you in the eyes, and they're smiling at you, and you're smiling back at them. And imagine that you're just going to reach out now and give that person a hug. And just focus again on how that makes you feel as you bring that image to mind. And just stay with that feeling. As now we take a few very deep breaths now, breathing as deep and as low as possible down into the belly, up into the chest, even imagining that we're breathing up into the head. And then breathing out a nice, long, slow exhale. And then just repeating that one more time. And then just begin to roll the shoulders a little. You can roll your head from side to side, whatever's comfortable for you. Move the legs, bring some attention back to the body. And well done. You just did a compassion-based meditation for coming more into the body and letting go of OCD and anxiety. So I really hope that you found that helpful. Of course, if you have any questions about anything, if you want to do a free session with me, feel free to get in touch. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Just a quick reminder that if you want to get a free session, all you need to do to get that is to head over to my website, www.robertjamescoaching.com. And there you can leave me a message and we can arrange the free session. And now just a quick reminder of my disclaimer. Any information that you view on my website, Instagram page, Facebook group, or anywhere else online, or any information that you listen to on the podcast is for informational purposes only and is not intended to be a substitute for actual medical or mental health advice from a doctor, psychologist, or any other medical or mental health professional.